Alright, I'm back. Took me a while. And in the meanwhile, I figured out quite a few things, updated my OBS studio, changed it a bit so that I am able to better control what I'm showing here and whatnot. And I also figured out that my test actually didn't test anything because I had this, which, is not checked. It's not really an assertion. Now it is, and now it shows that it's actually not really working. So, just to verify it's not working, here we go. And yeah, this is what it's supposed to be, kind of, right now. So nothing extra. I mean, the string has to be decoded in order to look like this, because we remember the value itself as returned by Git is supposed to look like this, whereas in the config file it has all these escaped special characters in there. So this is something we have to take care of, yet the result of this call here is just a single line for some reason, even though I would expect that we end up here all the time and do something useful with it. So let's see where it goes wrong. The multi-line count should be incremented. So first this can be an error, and then I actually want to continue, and then we can just proceed with this as before. I don't think it will change anything. See, let's try anyway. And still, so I would expect that this guy here actually gets hit and adds the lines here. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe that can't be done like this. So it's getting somewhere. 1, 2, 3. That's maybe the 3 lines. And let's print the op name as well. Should be the driver. Active record. What? No. Can it be that something? Okay. So the driver is this value for him, and then the next one gets totally lost. Gee. So this seems to do something. Where's the driver? Okay. Here we go. And then it finds this, considers it a key system. Yeah, shit, we don't do it right. So it seems that my hacky way of doing this doesn't really work, which is fine. Fair enough, I didn't really expect that, which also means that I need a real parser who's able to do multi-line strings. Config parser alternative. Okay, there was this nice shootout. Maybe there's multi-line lines. Like, what can handle multiple lines? Maybe I just have to try that out. Come on. I could also just fix this so that it doesn't crash but ignores the value, it doesn't get them right, just assuming that nobody wants to really read this in Git Python, so it at least wouldn't crash, it would keep working. That would be a good enough fix, at least better than nothing. Yeah, okay. I mean, the thing that comes up first is config object 4, and I would hope that maybe it can do this anyway. Let's see if I see anything about multi-line things, validation, empty values, string interpolation. Huh. Config obj multi-line. Oh, look at that. Can it do that? Multi-line value. Oh, it can do that. Question is, can it only do that if it looks like that, or can it also be an escaped keyword or escaped string? Multi-line values. Well, that's good enough. Let's try it. Config obj on PyPy. So I will just have a virtual env here. Oh yeah, is it working on Python 3 as well? Because if not, I can't use it. Full Unicode support, nice. Everything is nice, and it supports Python 3. Awesome. So let's try it. Return config obj. Then pip install config obj. Let's see how popular it is. It's quite popular actually. 120,000 last month, not bad. How much does git-python do by now? 78,000, also not too bad. All right. There we go. So I'm just trying to read this file. It's up. Good. Actually good test fixtures, good config with comments. So that's the guy. Oh yeah, maybe I do myself a favor and get IPython. To test it. It's still kind of the most work, the path with the most work that I'm going down right now. And I must say I'm not a big fan, but hey, it has to be fixed at some point, right? Import config obj, there we go, config obj. And what else can we do? Can I make this work real quick? Config obj, and then what do you take in file? Do you take a path? Parsing failed with several errors. First error at 144. Awesome. So that doesn't work. Maybe I can pass it some option that makes it work. default encoding, and then type stringify, file error, create empty list values, raise error. Yeah, well. It can't do it. That is terrible. The config obj doesn't do line 144, which is this one. Okay, I guess if I would put it like that, it would like it more. 169 now. What? It can't handle these kinds of strings. What the hell? No, wait. Why can't it handle that? Oh, it's declared multiple times, which of course makes no sense. All right. I guess. Oh shit. I guess I'm. Okay. Maybe there's another one. I'll try one more. One more. Second best in the shootout. I don't know if it's better or not. If it's first. Any tools. Okay. Let's try these. Let's first look them up on PyPy just to see if it's available for Python 3. Can I see you somewhere? PyPy any tools. There we go. Please, Python 3. It doesn't say it. It doesn't say it. Damn it. Why do you do that to me? Come on. Maybe it's in the docs. Overview, info, status. I mean, it's not much here. Not much. Doesn't make a great impression to me. Alright, I'm not going to use this. I'm not going to... Well, does it allow multi-line comments? Doesn't look like it. At least config obj said so. CFG parse. Maybe that one. Something with multi, no multi-line. Requires Python 2.3 source. Yeah. Also looks quite old. Config obj looked the best at least. But maybe I shouldn't, go by the looks. Maybe I should use hard facts to make my judgment. Maybe I should just try it. But to do that, I guess I'd rather use the Python 3 version. Config obj, pyvenv. I think that's the Python 3 version then. Pyvenv config. Let's call it like this. Let's not hard code it. Alright. pip3c install, and then we go ipython, and how was that called again? CFG parse. Is it available? Apparently so. Oh no, that's ipython, sorry. So I don't know. Still not smarter than before. What's next? Let's get p config module, hierarchical configuration. Okay, that's not ini anymore. That's anything. Yeah. Py option tree. Okay, that's not ini, so I guess it's really just config obj. And maybe I could fix up config obj instead, depending on. I'm still kind of liking config obj. Yeah. So let's try this one. Hey, IPython. Thank you. Import COG parse. And it doesn't work in Python 3 and it doesn't say so. Awesome. So that doesn't work. Let's get config obj. Right. Import config obj. Fixtures git config with comments. That's the guy. That fails. That was expected. Yeah, I mean, I can't really change this file, right? It has to be working same way as git does. So now it fails here. Okay. I'll stare at the code now to see if it kind of seems easy enough to fix it up, to patch it up, to override some functions there. Is it just one? Yeah, just one. Awesome. Good coverage there. Wow, lots of code. Okay. First error. Parsing failed with several errors. First error at line. Okay. There's the errors. Interestingly, just, you know, ignores all the other errors that happened. I mean, it just doesn't tell me, which would be interesting because it appears to be having this information. All right, multi-line. Where do you parse multi-line values? If value. All right, that's where it does it. So here, I guess I could change it, even though it would mean that I have to override the entire parse method, which is even more than what I had to do with the config parser. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like it at all. No, something tells me I shouldn't do this because I would kind of change one bad horse for another bad horse, except for I know there's one bad horse that I have right now. I know it well enough to be able to deal with it, whereas the other bad horse, I don't say it's bad really, but it won't fit the bill either. Won't suit my needs perfectly. Damn it. And it's also not so, you know, it's not really made to be overridable because it's just in code. Yeah, no. Very unfortunate. Damn it. And now I'm back to where I was. I mean, I can parse this. Maybe I just say I'm good with that. To live with the fact that, I mean, maybe I should, I mean, in multi-line mode, maybe I should just say, okay, if this happens, then I put myself into multi-line mode, and then I don't try to parse anything anymore. Until I have what? Until I have a new option. Well, I have to parse this. And apparently it thinks that this is n. Where's the key? What's the key here? The first string. That guy. Up to the UL. Oh man. Here. That's what it parses. So maybe it shouldn't be that, you know, that generous. Maybe I should just say, I mean, how generous am I? I am very generous because I just say, well, it's not supposed to be these guys. That is extremely fluffy. What's this vi thing? I think I should understand what this is before I use it. What's this? Some special op-val handling. That's an empty string. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. See, it actually handles quotations anyway. And the vi thing, just parsing the actual separator there. What does it try to figure out there? I didn't really get that. Okay, if it's one of these, and if we have a semicolon op-val, then we try to figure out if there's space afterwards, and if so, we cut it. All right. I wonder what this is there for. Why is it so? I mean, it's always in there, right? This check is kind of superfluous. Okay, so let's just do something here and make it less flexible, even though I like this in a way. So we can have any amount of free space, and then let's just say, I mean, come on, it's ASCII, right? And yeah, I mean, it's difficult. I mean, yeah, I could just say, okay, if this starts with a quotation mark, then I am in multi-line mode, and then I will just leave multi-line mode once I find a quotation mark at the end of a line. And this is how I do it, because this kind of makes sense in case we have some special characters in here. If I hard code this to ASCII A to Z, then I think I would possibly be too restrictive. All right, so first I tried, now I do multi-line differently. So let's do this. Is multi-line? Nope. We start out as not multi-line, and here is the place. Oh no, that's a section. It's a section header, but here would be the place where we have to finish it off. Yeah, I guess this is multi-line, should be here. This multi-line mode. Okay, and now he can finish up what he has to finish up. I guess that should be the same, or no? Should I just parse this here? I think I should just parse this here, so let's not do this. Good. So if not is multi-line, then we try the match here. Okay, otherwise we can call it an error, I suppose. Okay. And otherwise we do a multi-line handling. And here we have to check for the end of multi-line mode. And that's part of the line that we are supposed to handle. So we can just do it like this, I guess. If line ends with a colon, then is multi-line disabled. Okay. And then we just append this, of course, after removing this part. Like so. Okay, now we can append this multi-line. We set it to off already. And let's just check this part of the code. If we are not multi-line, then yeah, this is something we don't need either, I guess. We just re-implement this here, we need it. Alright, so if it starts, if the value starts with the quotation mark, opt_val. Some prints left over now. If opt_val and opt_val 0 is a quotation mark, then I suppose we are in multi-line mode. Actually, we do this before we assign it. Handle. And we cut it off. Alright. And then at this point, or maybe a later point, we can process this value and string decode that. But that's easy enough. I mean, I'm just not doing this now. I just want to be sure that I actually get the string this time. And let's see. And what else could happen? I would always expect this to finish. So if it for some reason doesn't finish, then and this guy matches beforehand and we are still in multi-line mode, that's an error. Okay. So let's truncate this guy from the first one. And there we go. So that should be much better. Some more error handling. What else could happen? We are getting a new, even if it might be looking like a option, you just skip this and take it as part of the multi-line string until we see something that looks like this. It looks like a section. So embedding sections within this multi-line string wouldn't work unless the section parser wants to have it at the beginning of the line. I think that's what it wants. It always wants this at the beginning of the line. Okay, that's a special case. I'm just gonna ignore it for now because we will be able to parse these fancy lines here, and that's already good enough for me. I think it's good enough. Right. So let's do this. We are supposed to not have a multi-line mode here. And this guy we don't need at all anymore. Any error handling here? No. If it's multi-line, no. We definitely continue then. maybe we also continue here just to clearly say what we intend, even though it's not necessary here, but you know, let's just be sure we protect ourselves from future errors. All right, if not E, then we initialize it, parsing error, and then p name fine, E append line number, and then what does it want there? Yeah, let's just pass in the line, fair enough. Even though I would like to say, hey, there was a multi-line value that wasn't closed, wasn't ended. Let's just do it like this then, fair enough. Okay, some error handling, and this one we don't need anymore. Let's see what it says. All right, file contains parsing errors. What? Apply. Oh, that's 104. That's where it starts. That's a lot of parsing errors. Why? Oh, the multi-line count we don't need anymore. Why is this happening now? If is multi-line, maybe I'm not turning this off at some point. I mean, otherwise, you know, there would be no reason to assume this is a multi-line, because this matches. Okay, somewhere it's not being turned off. And maybe I'm not stripping the lines or something. How do I read this? Read line. Read line, does it strip the line? Okay. Let's print the line here, just to see if there is some new line at the end. Hey, it's not even getting there. What? Really? If not, as multi-line. Did it start with something wrong there? Option X form. Op name. If opval. So here we do it. So let's just print the line. Print opval. Because something there must be wrong. What? Why am I not seeing my printings here? Am I not even getting there? I must be getting there. Now I am definitely confused. Am I just not seeing it? Okay, I'm getting there. I'm just not seeing it. Ah, yeah. So that's... Oh, yeah, I should possibly also say... and opval. So let's make it so that it's bigger, greater 2, because otherwise greater 1. Because otherwise we could, we could possibly end up with a single quotation mark. And well, a single quotation mark can start. No. How do I do this? A single quotation mark would be valid, I guess. You don't have to write anything here. That's alright. I mean, just to prove it, can I do this with git config? Tell me about it. Bad config file. Oh, look, 144. So it wants this. Awesome. Good. So I can make this assumption too. So it must be larger than 1. And then if the closing quotation mark is missing, okay. Now I should be closer to the real thing. Oh, look. Now I found it, and now the first problem is here, so it didn't realize that the end actually happened. Okay, fine. Fine. Why did that happen? Okay, let's see what lines we get here in multi-line mode. Okay, and it doesn't realize this because I think it's not stripped. The line is not stripped there. Okay. Should we strip it? Should we strip it? Do we strip lines here? Oh yeah, we do. We strip lines. But we don't always do it. Okay. So let's strip the line then, huh? And now we should catch this. There we go. Better. Still some stray printings here. No. All right. Let's do this. Let's just check what's going on. Yeah, so now I guess it's the missing string decode that we have to put in, because that will still have all this extra stuff in there, whereas this one doesn't. Fine. Let's apply string decode. Okay. So now we have special code, right? Let's put this into a function here. Def decode. Let's call it string decode because that's what we are doing. V like value, and then we have to do a Py3 compatibility thing. Py3. Where's my function? There it is. Okay, so in Py2, let's do this first because it's so much easier. We have strings and we can just hit decode on it. Return decode string decode. I hope that's all right. I've read something about Unicode decode, so yeah, let's just try it out. And here we have a string and we have to first encode it. I guess I use the default encoding, which is UTF-8. I don't like this. This is so error prone. Now I have UTF-8 stuff in there, and now I decode it with string decode. Really? Do you force me to do this? That's so dirty. Can't you just take what you have there? I mean, wait. I decoded this already with UTF-8, so I should always be able to re-encode it. That's okay. But I'm not sure if a string decode will then have the desired effect. And what do I get, by the way? What do I get by this? Does it return a string? Because I want to have this UTF-8 decoding back, possibly. And I can't decode things twice, right? And it doesn't work anymore. It's either that or the other. Oh, shit. I don't know if that is what they intended. All right, here we are in Python 3. And yeah, let's just have this literal here as a string. So decode is not there, fine. Let's encode it just with the default encoding. And now decode it with string decode. Unknown encoding string decode. Oh yeah, that's the Unicode thing. Unknown encoding Unicode decode? What? What? How do I do this? Python string escape. Last time I had a better way of finding what I was looking for. String quote string let's just look for this. Escape sequence, escape strings, Python escape string, something like that. Was it here? Where was it? No. Yeah. Come on. That was the one. How do I decode string escape in Python 3? Oh, it's a dash. Really? No, it's not. Unicode escape it's called now. Maybe there's also a string escape. No. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much, finally. And Unicode escape gives me the feeling that maybe it's handling the Unicode encoded characters there properly and kind of gives me a UTF-8 without the string encodings. String special character encodings. Yeah, looks good. I'm taking it. Unicode. What was it? Not decode. It was Unicode escape. Yeah. Got the memory of a fly sometimes. At least if I see string decode all the time, then kind of just erases everything I've learned so far. Apparently. Okay, good. So that should work, and all I have to do now is, I only do the decoding part. I only do this in the multi-line mode for now, because everything else could break stuff, and things worked so far. Let's keep it working. Let's string decode that, and let's string decode that. Fine. I'm good. Let's test it. Should be better now. Maybe not totally fine. Really? Did I mess up my logic here? It's possible. If Py3, Py3 does goes the extra mile. String decode. Excuse me? Let's try that. Decode, string decode, string escape. Oh. Yes, officially I'm stupid. At least it's not that inconsistent then, huh? I'm quite happy to see that actually. I can live with that. So now things should happen. Good things should happen. Oh, trading \in string. Okay. Let's see, is this a problem for 3.42? Oh, missing section header error. File contains no section headers. So it fails at a different spot there. Maybe it's not calling my read function or something. It goes into different code. No, it's calling my read function. It's 293. Okay, I think it's a separate issue there. Yeah. Yeah, I think it went further. So this guy matched one of my multi-lines, even though I shouldn't, Maybe I shouldn't, I shouldn't match this at all. I should just ignore it. So if somebody misses here, if somebody misses this guy, then it's your fault. Then we'll interpret the rest of the file as part of the multi-line thing. That's how it is. That's just how it's gonna be. All right. If not is multi-line. Oh, actually, let's just not do this. Yeah. I mean, I don't care if that matches or not. I just ignore the result. If not is multi-line and we have a match, then we do this, then this thing can go away. All right. And it still has the same. This is the same problem. 287. Didn't find a section. Why did it kill my current section there? I'm not sure what that means. Okay, that is unexpected somehow. Curse section should be something useful. Comment match, no. Line split around, okay, there we skip comments. I mean, let's just remove one indentation level here. Let's make it easier on ourselves, shall we? Okay. So here we and this and parse section or option. Fine. Oh, I'm kind of misinterpreting what I'm seeing here. Because the string decode, Unicode escape, can't decode. Okay, trading another string. They actually have the same issue, but kind of different ways to show it. Fine, I'm good with that. Having the same issue is always great. Interesting. All right, there it kind of fails. But it's okay. Let's jump in. Why is there a trailing? And why is this a problem for him? Tell me. Why can't it decode that? I want to know. Tell me about it. Decode string escape. Okay, doesn't like it. Thanks. Thank you. Why can't you just? Okay, probably can't ignore it because it would expect a new line. I mean, would expect a new line. So what happens if I put in a new line, like a real one? Then it likes it. Good, so I shouldn't strip the value just here. All right. So I shouldn't strip it here because we expect this to be escaped, right? And also here it is already stripped. You know what? I'm going to strip that guy off myself because that seems to be easiest. If I'll just kill one of them. Is it the right thing to do? So if somebody wanted to have a backslash here, well, you need at least one more to make this valid, because that's escaping a backslash and this is escaping the new line. So if you do just this, then this is invalid. Is it really invalid? Let's ask the one who should know. Git config. Let's not overwrite this all the time. See, that's invalid. Now it should be valid. Therefore, I can just cut away trailing backslashes without fear of anything. If this thing ends with a backslash, should we use a raw string here? Yeah, why not? Well, we could, but then my editor is confused, which is sad. So I do it that way, as to not confuse anything here. Cut trailing escapes to prevent decode error. All right, I'm good with that. Let's try one more time. Yes, no. Close. Is it close? Is it at least somewhat close? Well, don't tell me. I mean, it's 105. It's much earlier. What? Oh. File open. So that is here. That is here. So what's his problem? Why didn't it read that? What's his problem? Oh, damn it, come on. I was thinking that I'm done now, but I'm not. Of course not. Nah. It obviously cuts it, so I think that works. What's his problem there? Yeah, I'll just print this for now and see. No, wait. It appends, so it ends up here. It finishes the multi-line. Let's think logically here, right? So it's not a multi-line mode anymore, because the only way it can add parse errors is here. And that's it. So do we get an end somewhere? No, we shouldn't. Because then it tries to parse. It shouldn't even try to parse this as long as we're in multi-line mode. Yeah. Okay. I mean, at some point it turns it off, right? So let's just see where it turns it off. Accident be include. Actually, that seems to be correct. It seems to be totally alright. That's expected. Does it turn it off somewhere else? It shouldn't. It shouldn't. So why does it append it somewhere else as well? It's just here. Just this one line. So, I mean, the weird thing is it has wrong line numbers for this. Right? It says 105, but then is it maybe a different? No, it's this file too. 105. This is what it hates. 105, 106, 107. These line numbers, they're not correct. Maybe I messed this up here, right? Because I continue and the line number, where do I increment it? Here. Yeah, if it breaks, it doesn't matter. It is incremented correctly, as far as I can tell. Why are these line numbers so off? They worked before. They did work before. Parsing errors. Okay, let's just print it as it happens. But that's not the right line. I don't get it. Come on. 105. I mean, 105 is that. This is wrong. Maybe I messed up some logic by changing this condition here, but I don't think so. It looks good to me still. Skip comments, blah blah. Try to parse a section, but we ignore that result anyway. If you're in multi-line mode, and check this, which doesn't matter in multi-line mode either, because we should have a section by then already. And finally, skip everything here. I mean, this is something we could also put here, and we can put this one down. Yeah, I mean, just to keep it consistent, I could also do it like this. If mo no, wait, that would be wrong. That would definitely mess up the logic here. Yeah. I want to print every line and line number that it sees. I don't understand why this is happening. It goes up to 132. And instead of Hiroku, it has kind of a totally different order. I don't get it. I mean, that's the lines as they... Oh, yeah. No, wait. We skip. If not line, I mean, that would basically skip empty lines, right? Yeah, let's put this first. That's the most important one, the most difficult one. Oh yeah, that's fun. Interesting. What am I seeing here? So that is more like it. It's definitely more like it. It's... Maybe we should check where my exception is coming from, huh? Test read write 71. I mean, whatever that section he wants to have, he doesn't have it. Maybe I should put this into a separate test case. I mean, come on. Let's just do this. We don't want to test read right here. Def test multi-line config, right? Then the special treatment stuff can go away. That is very nice. Good. Just put this here. And load the file. Good, with comments. Thank you. And then we will get an rconfig. Where's my rconfig? Rconfig. There we go. I mean, that's kind of clear. Rconfig. Okay, there we go. Now let's remove the last trace of my experiment from here. Okay, that should be fine. Test multi-line config. Test multi-line. There we go. Okay, now it prints it only once. That's fine. I think that's better, less confusing. Maybe you should test writing as well then. I think so, possibly. We will check this thing. We'll really make sure that it parsed it correctly, because I don't trust it at all right now. Okay, that's the property single quoted thing. That, oh, yeah, it's kind of truncated the new line there, even though it should have been. Oh yeah, makes sense. Maybe what I should do instead. No, wait. So let's check the values again. No, not this one, this one. So this new line should actually become a new line, right? I'm kicking this away, and then it should automatically become a new line, but it's not. I would be happy if it could print it as it is. Well, that doesn't look too bad. There is a new line in there. Okay. There is a new line. It's difficult to judge white space. Very difficult. I think it doesn't really work to judge white space. Maybe there's this awesome thing, assert equals. Assert equals, where is it? Oh, there we go, assert equal. Just have to import it. Assert equal, because it will tell me exactly where the strings mismatch. All right. Let's do it this way. EV. That stuff can go away for now. Let's go. Oh, I was in fact expecting to get a better hint on where this mismatches. Assertion error, Ruby. Okay. Well, what can I do? Let's just do it like that then. Does not equal this one. All There are some tabs missing. No, actually there are some tabs in there. And in here there are no tabs. Oh, right. That's a Python thing. Haha. Because that's not a tab anymore. All right. How do I do this? I guess I should change it to indent using tabs. Now I can unindent it and re-indent it because we want to have tabs here. Also the exit there wants to be tabbed. Bang, bang. So I do hope that flake8 will not hate my string. I mean, it's a literal string. It should just ignore that the fact that this is tabbed and not spaces. And yeah. Now I'm back. Maybe that works better. Yes! No. Ah, damn it. I was thinking for a moment that this works now. But I was there too early. It's probably just some white space stuff that is wrong now. Okay. Do I have a diff here? No. Okay, that looks... Oh no, wait, it's obvious, huh? No, is it? No, it's not obvious. It's not too obvious to me. This looks good. Here it's super different. Second line, first line looks good. I mean, let's really be sure. Hey. Yeah, that matches line by line. And the second line doesn't match. No, it doesn't match at all. All right. Not at all. What's wrong with you? So the first one is the one that was returned. The second one is the one that we expect. Seems the one that we expect seems to have less escaping going on. Backslash n is in there. Yep. And this is something you want to escape into a backslash n. Which is this. It did it. Oh yeah, true. I'm comparing against a version that is not properly escaped. Because if I would escape this, even in the expected value, yes. Alright, so it's my fault, all my fault. So let's remove the double escapes here. Yes. Yes. Like so. And here as well. And as well. That shall be fine, that shall be fine, that shall be fine. So in theory that works now. Come on, come on, come on. Well, I guess I'm closer. Just one step closer to pure happiness. Heaven on earth. I'm really happy when this works, finally. Okay. Let's copy this stuff. First line always match, right? I'm just assuming this still is the case. And what's your problem now? Looks good. Looks good. Looks really good. Is it just some some space here at the end of the line? No. Okay, let's use the next line then. Maybe there's something I have missed. Okay. There's a dot missing. that is on this line here. So that's interesting. Where's the dot? The dot. So, no. What is it supposed to be? Come on, I probably messed this up and that's all that happens. Version. First one is the one we return. Actually, it's a multi-line word wrap. Let's remove this. Oh, it's also one way to do it. Maybe that's better. All right. Well, thank you. I could have known that before, but I didn't. Let's see where it goes out of sync. There. Active record. There is an evil space, and there's one more. There are two characters off by the end of it, and we start here. That's the two characters. Awesome. Okay, active record schema define. Active record schema define. Oh yeah, there's two spaces that are not in my test string. Here we go. Now, yes, it works. It actually works. Amazing. I'm totally, I can't believe it. Okay, but let's not assume this actually works. Let's just assume it doesn't work and go in there and just check a few things like our config sections. What do we have here? Your L, Yuruku. Yeah, that looks, on first sight, that looks pretty decent. Yes. Yeah. I'm happy with that. I'm quite happy with that. That should work. Okay, let's try to write that file back, because that will always happen. Let's open it for. Do I want to open it for writing? I actually want to do it on a copy. So there we go. Kind of copy pasting my own code here. Oh, actually I put it to a memcache, right? And this memcache, I think I can just write it and see what happens. So I can open this for writing and call it config. And I should already see what this does. Well, so far so good. Okay. Yeah, let's go in there once again and put some more, get some more useful information. Config sections, and then let's see. Yes, of course. 23. Let's just assert this. Config sections. And what else could we check? I mean, check the difficult value here. Is there something else that could be difficult? No. Maybe that guy here. It's a long line, but it's just a line. Where is it? Alias LG. Okay, let's get that value. Assert equal config get alias dot. Oh no, wait. we do it differently here. LG equals this. Yep, could possibly work. I shall make sure Flake is happy before Flake is unhappy. Oh, I don't like that. But I think I can just do it like this. That should be totally fine. And it might still complain about, I mean, I will see if it complains when it complains. That's how it goes. Okay, so that should be it. I think then I'm confident that this actually works. Like that. And yes, I'm officially confident that this actually works. Let's do the full test suite before we get too happy. I just compiled OBS, the Open Broadcasting Software System. I actually don't know what the acronym means, but Open Broadcasting something. Yeah, that's maybe it. Open Broadcasting something. And it was quite easy to compile. I was happy to see that. So I can now have the latest version, which is 0.7.2. I'm digressing, I know, but it's 0.7.2 and not 0.6.4, which is probably like so much better. And I assume it's so much better. Dropped frames, 73%. So I'm actually, that's interesting. I've never noticed this before. Maybe it's new. Kilobit per second. That's all? That's really all? Probably it's going. It can't be it. Oh, maybe that's just the sound because the image is not changing right now. Interesting.